Hello, this is Danny Ray Wooten, your independent candidate for governor of Texas, 2018. Today we're here at the Alamo, going live on Facebook and Instagram. And the subject that I'm talking about today is I have written an act for debt collectors. It's the Debt Collectors Reform Act for Texas. And when I become governor, I do plan on making sure that the consumer is protected from overzealous and criminal acts of debt collectors. And you all cut to the chase. I am a former debt collector. So what I'm about to educate you on is what goes on behind the scenes and what is the law. What protects you from being abused and harassed from debt collectors? Well, it's called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act was passed federal law to protect the debt collector from overzealous debt collectors. They can't call you before a particular time. They can't call you after a particular time. And I want to go over, as I was assisting a friend the other day, a debt collector was calling them, and I asked them, I said, answer the phone, identify who you are, and confirm who you are, and then let them know that I am representing you on this matter, which they have to allow that. So I confirmed who I was with the debt collector, and they did the mini Miranda, which they have to, and they're putting you on notice that all attempts in the call is to collect the debt. And if they go outside of that, they're actually breaking the law. So they did the mini Miranda as they properly should have, and then I asked them for their name and their title with the company, the name of the company, and the address. Now, when you do this with the debt collectors, make sure you have pen and pad to put this information down. Then I asked, what is your business number to conduct business as a debt collector in Texas? They have to have it filed with the Secretary of State. So if they don't have it, then immediately ask for the manager. But regardless, ask for the manager, because them not having the license number to do business in Texas, or if the manager is not accessible on the floor, both of those are violations of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And they're serious violations. So I ended up speaking with the manager, and at this point I did inform the manager I am a former debt collector, which then they realized that I do understand the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and the laws that it enforces. So once I got all that information, I then told them that the person that was the debtor wanted their full master file, to have it mailed to them as soon as possible, and that anything that is exempt out of that, they have to put their authority and jurisdiction on not including it in that file. So once you get that, then you clearly state to them, I am placing you on notice of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and never call me at any numbers that you have. Do not call me at work. Do not call me on my personal phone. Never call me again. If they do, that is a serious criminal act against the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. They're to never call you again. It is really that simple. You have full remedy and recourse of the law. Also, once you get your master file, you want to get the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It's another act that is to protect the consumer. You have the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which is usually a $500 to $2,000 fine every violation they make. This is serious stuff. It can end up being more than what you actually owe the company is trying to collect the debt. Now, these are third-party collectors that are under this fully, and what that is it is a licensed debt collection firm that is truly informed of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and the professional collectors. That's why they're fully under this. And if they're not, then they're not really a third-party collector, and they're most likely violating the law. trying to collect the debt if they're not people that sold the debt to them. So you got the protection of that. But then when you get your master file, you want to get the Fair Credit Reporting Act, another act that is so important. Now this Fair Credit Reporting Act is to protect you on what is placed on your credit. So if you have a debt that has been placed on your credit that you did not have, or it is wrong, this will help protect you. There is hundreds of laws on this Fair Credit Reporting Act. If you see that they have violated one of those, you turn it in to all three of the credit bureaus by mail, and they will take it off your credit. Now, I'm about to release, and it'll be today on all social media, my platform on the Debt Collectors Reform Act. You're going to see that you have access in the contact points of the Attorney General, the Office of Consumer Credit, also your Trade Commission, and your banking, your financial bureau. Now these four are the ones to report them to. Now which one do you report them to? I'd report them to every one of them if they're violating it, because they do not want all of these agencies knocking and bureaus knocking on the door. There's good people out there that's in the government, and under these regulatory agencies, they're here to protect you from this situation that can really turn your life upside down. So I just want to let you know, you are in control of your finances. And as governor, I'm going to be working very hard for economic literacy. I'm also a former mortgage banker and broker, and I know the tax laws when it comes to income tax quite well. You're going to be surprised on what I'm going to be showing you in the future when it comes from our currency to our debt to our mortgages to pretty much the whole system. Today we have a system that is working to put you deep in debt, and this is why you see 99% of the people are not making the profits anymore. 99% of the profits is going to 1% of the population. I plan on exposing that and who these people are and how this happened. But today, I want to empower you and let you realize you are in full control of your finances. You're in full control of your debt. You can be in full control of your money. I want to see you building assets. We're going to see me doing in the near future another one of these live events on social media. We're going to have a series on financial literacy for Texas. We're like number 40 now in the country. The next one's going to be on my Predatory Lenders Prevention Act. That is going to be a serious act, and we're going to expose how these payday loans and these third-party lenders are really abusing the consumers in this state. And a lot of times it is the people that are needing to get out of debt and get their finances together. They're preying on the poorest of poor in many ways, and we need to stop it. I plan on, as governor, for you to build assets. For also, you're going to be seeing in the future, I'm going to be doing a mortgage reduction act, to where I'm going to be advocating to eliminate 30-year mortgages and go to 15-year fixed. The reason being, on a 30-year mortgage, it takes 19 years before on average, it takes 19 years for half of your monthly payments to go to equity. On a 15-year loan, it's 19 months. And as a former mortgage banker and broker, I've noticed that I've never seen one over 23% more per month, and that was somebody with poor credit that did qualify for a 15-year loan. You don't want adjustable loans, you want them fixed. And what that is you got a fixed rate, and you want a 15-year loan. You want to be able to pay off your house in less than 15 years. We're going to show you the way to do that. I'm also going to have a Golden Real Estate Transaction Act. We have gold and silver legal tender laws. We're opening up a gold depository in Austin, Texas to store $840 million of gold out of the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. We're going to transfer down here. We have 11 other states that have passed gold and silver legal tender laws. I'm going to entice every one of them to put their gold from the Federal Reserve in our bank. And I have a Texas Bullion Transaction Act. And what that is I'll be sanctioning banks all over Texas to be able to deal in gold and silver legal tender. And they'll be getting it from the depository from everybody who has a savings. And that can be anybody in the world, any business in the world, or any government entity. And what will happen is when you have it in the depository, you will be making the money off of whatever the return annually is on that platinum, gold, or silver. But when we sanction the banks, you'll be making an extra 3%. Now, what's happening today with us and the other states with the Federal Reserve is they're paying 1% as we are in interest for them to store it. Well, guess what? I'm going to entice them to put their gold in our depository and deal it with our banks. And the reason being is they'll get that return on the bullion, but they'll also get 3% interest. Yes, everybody with the savings account, when I'm governor, I will make sure that we have a transaction act for the banks that they're able to take out of the savings that and lend it out in safe loans. There will be regulation. Now the banks will get 1% plus their banking fees. I plan on also building Golden Gate bridges across the wall into Mexico, opening them up to international commerce. I want us to become an international banking mecca in gold. Texas, we're a golden state, and we're going to prove it. I need your vote. I need your support. And please, watch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm on all the social media. I want to be your governor. I want to win your hearts. And then I want to win your votes. Together, we can make a cleaner and greener super golden economy. Come build it with me. Thank you, and God bless Texas.